Hi everyone. Today we will see the question paper Cambridge IGCSE Physics Paper 1 Multiple Choice 0625 bar 13 May June 2023. We will move to our first question. Which piece of apparatus is used to measure the length of a copper rod of length approximately 2 centimeter? So, with the help of a ruler, we can measure the length. It is described as 2 centimeter. So this can be measured with the help of ruler. The right answer is C. Next, the speed time graph shows the motion of an object. How far does the object travel at constant speed? So from this point to this point, the object is traveling in a constant speed. So we will get the distance from the area under this graph. So area under this graph will give the distance. That can be equal to, this is actually a rectangle, right? So that is length into breadth. That is, this is actually 5 and 15. 15 minus 5, that is, this will be equal to 10. This is already given as 5. So 5 into 10, that is 50 meter. We can specify the unit also. 5, speed is meter per second, and time is in 10 seconds. Second will get cancelled. 10 into 5, 50 meter. So B, 50 meter is the right answer. Next, a rock falls off a cliff into a beach. The effect of air resistance on the rock is negligible. Which row describes the acceleration and speed of the rock as it falls? So when a body is freely falling under the force of gravity with negligible air resistance, it will be having uniform acceleration. So this acceleration will be always uniform, or here we can tell it as constant. And what about the speed? Speed, or when a body is falling freely, the speed or the velocity keeps on increasing. So velocity or speed. Speed keeps on increasing when it falls. So the right answer is B. Acceleration is constant and speed is increasing. Next, two rectangular blocks consist of different material. Four different methods are suggested to compare the two masses. So we need to compare the two mass. So compare the acceleration with which they fall freely. Acceleration means it will be same for all the object when it is falling freely. Compare with the length, breadth, and height. We cannot compare with the help of length, breadth, and height. We need to compare the mass. So this is not an appropriate method. Mass can be compared with the help of a balance. So hand each in turn from the spring balance and compare the extension. This is the right answer. This is right actually. Place one in the right pan of a beam balance and other in the left pan. This is also right. With the help of a balance, we can compare the masses. So here 3 and 4 are right. So here the answer is C. 3 and 4 only. Next, a measuring cylinder containing 50 centimeter cube of water is put on a balance. So, measuring cylinder is there. So, 50 centimeter cube water is put on a balance. We can see the weight here, 150 gram. A solid is put in the cylinder and the water level rises to 75 centimeter. Before it was 50, now it is 75 centimeter cube. What is the density of the object? How we can find the density? Density will be equal to mass divided by volume. So what is the mass here? Here it is 210 and here it is 150. So 210 minus 150, that is equal to 60 gram. So the mass is 60. Before keeping this object, it was 150. After keeping the object, it is 210. So when you are subtracting, you will be getting the mass of this object. That is 60 gram divided by V. That is volume. Volume will get, after keeping the object, it is 75. Before keeping it is 50. So that is 75 minus 50. That will be equal to 25 centimeter cube. So 60 divided by 25 centimeter cube. When you are dividing these two, you will be getting the answer as 2.4 grams per centimeter cube. So the right answer is B. We'll move to the next question. A cyclist is traveling in a straight line along a horizontal road at a constant speed. A constant driving force F acts on the cyclist in the forward direction. Which statement about the magnitude of the frictional forces acting on the cyclist is correct? So, at constant speed, with a constant driving force acting in the forward direction, the magnitude of frictional force acting on the cyclist is equal in magnitude and opposite direction to the applied force. That is, the same frictional force will be acting in opposite direction. That's why the cyclist is moving in a constant speed and the force also it is constant. So the frictional force will be same as the constant driving force, but it will be in opposite direction. So which is the right answer? So these all are wrong. So the right answer is A. The magnitude is equal to F. Next, a beam is pivoted at P. A force is applied to the beam. Which distance is multiplied by the force to give the moment of the force about P? So for finding the moment, we know moment will be equal to force into the perpendicular distance from the pivot. So this is the pivot and this is the force. So the perpendicular distance means this will be the right answer, A. A is the perpendicular distance from the pivot. Next, the diagram shows an unbalanced road. Two loads X and Y. This is movable, can be moved along the road. So movement of the road is also given. It is in clockwise direction here. The road turns in a clockwise direction as shown. Which action could make the road balance? So for different choice it is given. So if you are moving the X further away from the pivot, you can increase the lever arm. This lever arm can be increased by moving this X towards left. So it will require more force to create an equal torque in this other state. If you are moving this X towards right, the lever arm will be reduced. It will be more unstable. If you are moving this Y towards right also, here the distance is increasing. So this side it will create more lever arm. The force required will be more here. So again it will create an instability. So the right answer here it is moving X to the left. So that we can create a stable condition. Next, it is important that an electric lamp, table lamp with a table shade does not get knocked over easily. It should not get tip over. Which statement is correct? So here, the center of mass must be low as possible. The center of mass must be low. Otherwise, what will happen? If the center of mass is low, means the lamp's overall stability is likely to reduce. And it is less likely to fall or tip over. Having a heavy shade or a narrow base may not contribute to stability. And the width of this lampshade does not directly affect the lamp stability. These three will not come. The right answer is center of mass must be low to avoid the fall. Next, a bicycle braking system transfers energy from kinetic energy stored to an internal energy store. A motor converts energy from a chemical energy store to kinetic energy store. What enables these energy transfers? So here, when this kinetic energy is transferred to this internal storage, here actually mechanical work is being done. This is mechanical work is being done, and when this energy stored in this battery is turned to kinetic, means electrical work is being done. So when we are applying a brake, that is a mechanical work. And when the motor shaft is turning, an electric current is getting generated. So here the right answer is D. Braking system is mechanical work. This motor, in this motor, electrical work is being done. Next, a toy car is pushed a distance of 2.4 meter with a force equal to 460 Newton. How much energy is transferred? How much energy is transferred means it is actually work done. What is the work done here? Work done means that is force into distance. Force is given as 460 Newton and distance is 2.4 meter. So you'll be getting answer 1004 Newton meter. That is joule. So the right answer is C, 1100 joules. Next, the engine of a motor vehicle develops large power. Which statement is correct? So power means you can write it as work done by time taken. That means how much energy we are generating per second. In each second, how much energy, the rate of energy transfer or the work done is actually power. So more energy is getting transferred each second, more power will be generated. So the right answer here it is, the engine must transfer large amount of energy each second. A solid cube has 0.5 m long and a mass of 120 kilogram. It stands on the ground on one face. Which pressure does the cube exert on the ground? So here pressure can be written as pressure is equal to force by area. Force can be written as mass into acceleration divided by area. So here mass is given as 120 kilogram, acceleration due to gravity that is 9.8 meter per second square divided by area. It is a cube, so it is 0.5 meter the whole cube. So when you're solving this, if you're multiplying these two, you'll be getting the answer 1177.2 Newton. This force, unit of force, you can write it as Newton divided by 0.5. Actually, this is not cube, sorry. It's square. So 0.5 square means 0.25 meters square. So by solving these two, we'll be getting 4708.8 Pascal, or you can write it as Newton per meter square. So comparing this, the right answer is C, 4700 Newton per meter square. Next, which is the lowest possible temperature, that is absolute zero, and what will happen to the energy of the particles at this temperature. So the lowest possible temperature, absolute zero, can be 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees Celsius. So lowest possible temperature per degree Celsius, that is minus 273. At absolute zero, the particles of the matter have least possible amount of thermal energy and their motion will be minimum. So motion is minimum and least thermal energy is there. So the first point is correct, minus 273 degree, and particle energy it will be having least thermal energy or least kinetic energy. Energy will be least. So the right answer is A. These two are wrong. The particles have zero gravitational potential energy. Actually, Potential of the particle can still exist at the absolute zero temperature. So this is also wrong. Right answer is A. Next, which statement about the particles of a substance after condensation is correct? So after condensation, the particles of a substance close together come closer to form liquid or solid. Can form liquids, either liquids or solid. So you can see the first choice, they are close to each other and slide over each other. This is correct. Second choice, they are close to each other and vibrate about different points. This is not correct in both the cases. So the right answer is A. And these two are wrong as it is written far apart. The diagram shows a flask designed to reduce the loss of thermal energy from a hot liquid. You can see a flask here, a thin silvered wall of glass you can see here. Plastic supports hot liquid vacuum, plastic stopper. Which method of thermal energy transfer are the silvered walls designed to reduce? So we know in flask we can keep the liquids hot for some time, right? So this silvered wall, what is the use of this silvered wall? It is most effective at reducing radiative heat transfer. It will always reduce the radiation. Radiative heat transfer is getting reduced in the case of silver balls. So the right answer is radiation. By radiation only, we are reducing the heat transfer. Next, a drop of water from a tap falls on the surface of some water of constant depth. So a drop is falling. So you can see here. The water waves spread out on the surface of water. Which of the statement is incorrect? So four statement is given. When a drop of water falls onto the surface of still water, it creates a circular wave that spread out in all directions. It will be spreading in all directions. And these waves are actually transverse waves. So here, four choices. It is not longitudinal wave. It is actually transverse wave. So when it is hitting, it is creating a circular wave and it is spreading out in all direction at the same speed. So the right answer here is C. The waves are transverse and travel at the same speed in all direction. Next, the optical image formed by a plane mirror is the same size as the object. Which row describes the other characteristics of the optical image formed? So here one plane mirror is there. So an object is there. Distance from the mirror and the distance from the mirror and this both object and image is the same. The image is located at the same distance behind the mirror as the object in front of the mirror. This means the distance is same as the object of for both the object and the image. This is a plain mirror and we cannot recreate this image. It cannot be projected on a screen. So the right answer is distance from the mirror will be same as the object. It is not a real image. We cannot project it on the screen. It is a virtual image. So the right answer is A. Next, the diagram shows a partly completed scale drawing of an upright object placed 3 centimeter in front of the thin converging lens of focal length 2 centimeter. What is the nature of the image found by the lens? So the object is here, that is between 2F and F. And it is passing through this focus and somewhat here it is creating an image. So this image will be always inverted and it will be always beyond 2F. When the object is between 2F and F, the image created will be inverted, enlarged, and it will be beyond this 2F. So we can see the choice here. The nature of the image, it is not at all diminished, not at all diminished. It is enlarged, inverted, but not closer. So the right answer is D. It is enlarged, inverted, and further from the lens than the object. Next, a narrow beam of white light passes through a prism and is dispersed into a spectrum. So when white light is passing through this prism and when it is getting splitted, it is splitted as visual. In this, violet is deviated most and red is deviated least. So when it is getting splitted, here it will be red and here it will be violet. In between, all these light rays will be there. So which row is correct? We'll see. Here they are given only 3 colors, that is red, blue and yellow. So this one will be red. This will be red, least deviated. Second is yellow. So 2 will be yellow and 3 most deviated, that is blue. So the right choice is C. Red, yellow, blue. Thank you all. We will see you in the next video.